Hey folks, Jake and I are up early on a Saturday morning. I'm getting ready to go on a dollar vinyl, dollar CD hunt. And but before we do that, I thought I'd shoot a contest video for Black Star Vinyl. His Eagles have made the Super Bowl. And so I broke out the dolphin hat and the dolphin blanket back here. It's kind of a Sun Tzu type moment. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and trust me, I hate the Cheatriots. I hate them with every fiber of my being. I hate Tom Shady. I hate Bill Belichick. And there's no one hoping, wishing, that will be rooting for the Eagles to give the Patriots a good old-fashioned curb stomping more than me. I hope the Eagles put their foot on the Patriots' throats and grind. I hate them. All right, so I've got a bunch of albums. I think I went over the 20, but I'm just going to show them all. And I'm going to try to do it pretty quick. But before I get into that, I want to, hey, Rob over at Black Star Vinyl, he has got the biggest heart. And he's all about trying to get new VC members some attention. So, in honor of Rob's big heart, I'm going to give a new VC member a shout out, and that's Halloween Fan. I just looked at his page. He's got about 17 subscribers. So I'm going to put Black Star Vinyl's a link to his page in the description, and I'm going to put Halloween Fans. I'm going to put his page, a link to his page in the description. Let's get over there and give that guy some support and encouragement, because we all know we've all started from nothing, and it's kind of rough in those days trying to get a little, because we all do this for some feedback and for some interaction, and let's get over there and get to know this guy and welcome him fully into the music community here. All right, so let's get on with this. I want to go kind of quick, but at the same time, there's a few albums I want to stop and talk about too. So let's just get into it. We'll do CDs first. How about that? All right, so first one up, Joe Bonamassa, live at Carnegie Hall, acoustic evening. I've shown this before. It was in my Grimies hall, I believe. The track is number 5 on disc 2, Hummingbird. That's Joe Bonamassa. Second, Johnny Cash, Songs of Our Soil. Disc 1, song 6, The Great Speckled Bird. I don't know if I can get song titles actually to show or not. Anyway, let's keep rolling. The Call, great rock band. Not one of their best known albums, I don't think. For Heaven or To Heaven and Back. The opening track is Soaring Bird, and that's The Call. Love this next band. Blues rock band, Glenn Kaiser Band. The album is Carolina Moon. Yeah, I can't say enough great stuff. If you like blues rock, you got to get to know Glenn Kaiser Band. Glenn was was one of the founding members of the Resurrection Band, which I just was watching Blackmore Rules, and he showed, I believe it was Colors by Resurrection Band. Great album as well. Rooster Crow, the last song on the disc. That's the song title for this particular album. Again, Glenn Kaiser Band. This next one made me think of Vinyl Victim. If you're watching this and you haven't heard of this artist, you need to. Billy Falcon, Pretty Blue World, and so I'm entering this one based on his last name, Falcon. The reason why I'm mentioning it, Vinyl Victim. This album was co-produced by John Bon Jovi. This is a brilliant album. It's a little melancholy because some of the songs were inspired or written after the death of his wife. But great album, and there's a lot of hope in this album as well. Power Windows is a great song. But Billy Falcon, Pretty Blue World. All right, next, Christian rock band, kind of atmospheric rock, ambient rock. I guess that's the best way you describe the choir. But this is their album Speckled Bird, and there's not a cover of the old standard, country standard, which I showed. The Johnny Cash had the old Speckled Bird. This is a song written by the choir. If you're looking, that the cover doesn't count because the cover artwork, because that's actually a human being and with wings. So the title track of this album's reason why I'm showing it. The choir, Speckled Bird. All right, now. This is a Celtic Christian band, Iona, the Book of Kells. Of course, you see the eagle on the front here. I've heard Iona described as kind of Celtic Pink Floyd. I'm not familiar enough with Pink Floyd to know how accurate that is, but on what little I've heard, I could kind of see that description a little bit. Showing this, obviously, because of the eagle on the front and the song title, or the song 12, track 12 is called John the Eagle. And I read in the liner notes that the eagle represents St. John. It also represents the resurrection and ascension of Christ. And they said it was because the eagle, unlike any other living creature, was thought to be able to stare into the sun and not be dazzled. Thought that was kind of interesting. But I love that cover. Love this band. This is not a very well-known band. They were brilliant. Iona, the Book of Kells. Okay. Charlie Parker with strings. Of course, we got Charlie Parker's nickname was the Bird. And of course, they put birds in the artwork. Charlie Parker being one of the most legendary jazz saxophone players. Most people, when you're talking about jazz saxophone, Coltrane or Parker. Now, I'm a Coltrane guy, but I won't deny the greatness of Charlie Parker. One of my favorite jazz albums of all time, Roy Haynes, Birds of a Feather, a tribute to Charlie Parker. Saw this band live in Indianapolis. They blew the joint up. I'm telling you, this is a tremendous jazz album. I can't recommend it highly enough. That's Roy Haynes. Roy Haynes was one of John Coltrane's favorite drummers. Everybody thinks of Elvin Jones, but when Elvin Jones wasn't available to Coltrane, Coltrane liked to use Roy Haynes. Great, great drummer, and this album is just spectacular. Let's show this one. Cyndi Morgan, Beautiful Bird. Cyndi Morgan's a Christian, kind of a Christian pop artist, but she doesn't get enough recognition. I know it's easy to say Christian pop. Well, how great can that be? In her hands, it can be pretty spectacular stuff. Cyndi Morgan, Beautiful Bird. Then, of course, the voice, Eva Cassidy Songbird. And she does the song Songbird, track 5. on here. But boy, when they're talking about Songbird, they could be talking about her as well. She is such a tremendous vocalist. I almost didn't show this next one because he also does Songbird on his. Willie Nelson, Songbird. But I wanted to show this just in case Farley's watching. I don't know if, Farley, I don't know if you're familiar with this CD, but Willie Nelson's backing band is Ryan Adams and the Cardinals on this CD. So I wanted to show, I decided to go ahead and show this anyway. So Farley, if you're watching, you might want to check that out. Okay, almost through with the CDs. Ted Kirkpatrick, Ode to a Roadkill. Kind of a doomy kind of album. Track 2 is Owls. So that's Ted Kirkpatrick, the drummer for Tourniquet, the Christian thrash band Tourniquet, with a solo project, and track 2, Owls. Another Ted Kirkpatrick project is the Edgar Allan Poe, Spoken Tales of a Tortured Genius. This will be showing up in another video real soon because it's kind of an oddball album. It's basically he's gotten a lot of guys like Les Carlson of Bloodgood, Frank Marino, Mahogany Rush, Jamie Rowe, Guardian, Eric Wagner, Trouble. He's gotten a lot of these guys to do spoken word of Edgar Allan Poe. Of course, you see the Raven. That's what gets this into the video, because they do the Raven. Edgar Allan Poe's the Raven on here. Yeah, kind of a strange album, but... And then, you know, Ted Kirkpatrick's such an animal activist, you had to know. Here's Tourniquet, Onward to Freedom, with a crow, or, I don't know, is that a crow or a raven on the front? I'm not the big bird watcher. I'll have to ask my buddy Dave. He's the bird expert that I know. So that's the end of the CDs. Let's get cracking on these albums. And I might be able to do this fairly quick. Charlie Daniels Band, Night Rider. So you can see, I know that looks like a duck to me. I'm not sure what kind of bird that is, but Charlie Daniels Band, Night Rider. I'm feeling a little sinusy this morning. So you have to pardon me. Spyrogyra, Carnival. See big Parrot right there. Love this. Jazz Fusion. Great band. Try to get everything of theirs that I can get my hands on. Next artist makes it because of his name. His name, Charlie Peacock. This is one of his early brilliant albums, Lie Down in the Grass. That's Charlie Peacock. There's Charlie right there. All right, next, blues band. Great band. Late Drew Lumbar. He was in this band. So was the late great Larry Howard. Grinder Switch, Red Wing. Love this album. Well, I collect anything that Drew Lumbar plays on. All right, we're down to the last three. Imperials. Love this group. Christian group, kind of Christian pop. Had a song on here called Wild Geese. Imperials, Free the Fire. And now the last two. Save these for last, my favorite musician of all time. The Imperials, one more song for you. Russ Taff. Here he is. Very young Russ Taff. Fu Manchu mustache. The song on here is Eagle Song. Great song, beautiful song, written by Russ and his wife, Tori Taff. And then finally, for my favorite album of all time, Russ Taff, Under Their Influence, As an Eagle Stirreth Her Nest. Rockin' song, great song. All right, so that's my entry, and I'm going to wrap it up. Jake's back here, ignoring everybody, as cats sometimes want to do. Hey, man, I don't know what's going on with your cat, but, you know, yeah, kind of, when they're sick, it's tough, man, I know it. So I'm hoping Mau Mau's doing well, and I hope you're doing well, Rob. Great contest. Check out Halloween fan. Let's give him some love. Let's, you know, I'm just hoping everybody's doing well, and I'll cut this short now. Thank you. Have a great day, folks.